you tired of getting into NFT projects that are not really that valuable and can potentially be rug pulls? Well, I've got 3 NFT projects that are here today that, in my opinion, and obviously don't take my word for financial advice and do your own research and all of that, but in my opinion, after mint, these are all going to be completely profitable because of the utilities and because of the team behind it. Now, I'm going to get into all these projects right now, but first, I just need you to leave a like and a comment on the video, because for sharing this knowledge, I need something in return, you know what I mean? So thank you for that in advance, and let's get into these brilliant NFT projects. So the first one, you might have heard of this one already, and now it is coming out in exactly a week's time from the date this video is going out. Now, this one is called Imaginary Ones. In the last video that we've done as well, I actually previously covered this one and talked about this is probably one of the best examples for a great blue chip, up and coming blue chip project at the moment. But I wanted to go in depth and just cover this one at the start. The reason why is because really to get into this one at the moment, it's really hard. There's a lot of people on the whitelist already. There's a lot of people that are really interested in it. And essentially there's gonna be 2 ways to get it. And getting it after mint is going to be really expensive. It's going to be one of these ones, which was like Moonbirds the other day, which, you know, peaked about 20 ETH. I believe Imaginary Ones is going to do a very similar launch pattern. This is why I've covered this this person who works at Carrefour, which is another NFT. He's the creator of it. He's actually done a 5 whitelist giveaway for Imaginary Ones. You know, this is an official one. So if you guys have the chance to do so, make sure you jump onto this. So if you've seen this the day the video comes out, go type his name in Twitter and just, you know, do all the steps to do this Twitter giveaway, because probably the only way to get into Imaginary Ones now is the whitelist. But if you do manage to get into these ones, you're going to be making a lot of money, like a stupid amount of money. So that's why I thought it's important to cover these ones today, because these ones are not just ones that are going to do okay, they're going to skyrocket completely after mint because of the amount of volume and because of the amount of interest in each and every single one of these projects. Now, I've completely covered Imaginary Ones in a previous video, but I'm going to quickly go over why it's brilliant. So Imaginary Ones is basically by, let me just mute that. So they have just like a nice little cool soundtrack about being young and stuff like that. Basically, they are digital animators who create advertisements, animated advertisements for massive companies like Nike, Apple, Samsung, pretty much any massive company that's got some sort of digital advertisement on the telly. These guys are the guys behind it. They call it Offset and Offio. That's the name of the company, or however you pronounce it. Basically, they've made probably some of the best artwork that's in the NFT space. The artwork itself just speaks for itself. It's a 3D project with so many great designs. You've got a massive team behind it, and there's going to be 8,888. But one of the really amazing things about this is they're going to be having a lot of partnerships with different NFT projects. For example, you know, that shout out that you just seen from Carrefour, then that is another example of how the Imaginary Ones is going to connect to so many different NFT projects within the space. So yeah, 100% get on that if you can. And there's just a lot of different utilities that they'll be providing for all of the holders. Now, they also will be putting a lot of money together for the idea that the community has together. So as you can see here, Imaginary Ones, your fellow Ions, are like your second family. We aim to foster a closely knit community that can rub our expertise off one another and lift each other up to higher grades. Now, they just want to be able to, anyone that's an Imaginary Ones member, they want to be able to push forward and create as much as possible. So Imaginary Ones, make sure to get into that one if you haven't already. The next one, the second one, is Project Paxson, or Project PXN, however you say it. Now, this is a project from an existing NFT project called Nanopass or Nanoverse, and essentially what they do is they want to just create this whole ecosystem, this whole metaverse, which is very similar to Azuki and all these other animated projects. So basically, it's like an anime style project with some brilliant art, and essentially this is meant to be what they call the underbelly of Web3. Now, is a very, very cool encrypted website that gets you behind the story and lore behind this project. But yeah, let's look at some of the examples of the artwork. So you can see some of the artwork is really top quality. At the moment on Twitter, this whole entire space, this whole entire Project Pack submission is blowing up, and every sort of giveaway tweet that I see is something to do with this Project Paxson. Now, as you can see, if you click on here, it just shows different. It's trying to show different like little different NFTs that you can get. So the one of the things, because of this cool little lore behind the project, not a lot of people know really what exactly they're going to be planning, but this is basically some sort of story behind the Nanopass and Nanoverse itself. And yeah, it's looking like one of the best projects that's coming out at the moment. I would definitely recommend to look into it as much as possible. But the people behind Nanopass, I'll quickly go and show you on OpenSea the existing collection. But the people behind Nanopass have really developed this project, Project Nanopass. It's currently at 3.57 ETH floor. And essentially at Project Nanopass already, it's just basically like very similar to like NFT worlds and stuff like that, where they've created plots of land which you essentially own, and then obviously Project Paxson is going to be like the characters and the faces behind the profile pictures of this entire metaverse, and there'll be a lot more coming soon, including a Nanopass season 2, which I believe is coming soon. So all the Project Nanopass, everything around that, go ahead and look into that as much as possible. So if you want to find more information on these guys, go to Project Nanopass, find the website, and just make sure to read into it and do your own research as much as possible. So we're going to get into the final one. Now, there is no website for this, but I thought this needs to be covered. This is probably going to blow up the NFT space, not just the NFT space, just the internet in general, because when the other side comes out, which is basically a whole entire metaverse from Bored Ape Yacht Club, where people can go in and play. So it's going to be basically a bit similar to like the Centraland and Sandbox, but it's completely within this Bored Ape Yacht Club universe. Bored Ape Yacht Club have already established themselves as the best NFT project within the space so far. Yuga Labs, the company behind it, has went on to purchase some of the biggest NFT projects that are out right now, including CryptoPunks, which is obviously one of the first NFTs, Meebits. They're basically purchasing a lot of these NFT projects and putting them inside this other side metaverse. So all that we know about this other side project, the only thing that we really know is the trailer that we've all seen. Now, if you haven't seen this trailer, I'll quickly pop it up on the screen here so you'll be able to see it on the screen as we just quickly look through all this. But yeah, the other side is essentially just a metaverse where you can play to earn as well. There's a lot of play to earn features where you'll be able to earn ApeCoin, and they've really put a lot of effort into developing this at the moment. So what the other side actually is the land. What you want to be trying to acquire, if you cannot, is the land behind the other side. Now, there's a lot of rumors going out about how to acquire this land, and it's believed to be coming out soon, probably within the next few weeks. If I try and type it in, there's a lot of rumors. One rumor that I've seen is that Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, just like ApeCoin and Mutant Ape Yacht Club holders, will be basically airdropped some of their land which is closest to the center, essentially. Whereas other projects that are by Yuga Labs and related to it, that will be. So if you basically see the end of this trailer, I don't think it's on this Twitter video, but you'll see it on the screen here. If you basically see the end of this trailer, there's a lot of NFT projects in this little UFO spaceship thing that comes to see the ape. All these NFT projects, basically they're rumored to give whitelist spots. So if you own any of these NFT projects, you'll have a whitelist spot to be able to essentially get a piece of this land for mint price. And I believe from what I've been looking at, there's going to be 100,000 pieces of land, so there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people to get in here, but there's a lot of volume, so everyone's going to be trying to jump in and get this. But this could potentially be one of the biggest metaverses as of yet. There's also a lot of funding into it, so I'm going to sort of go into why it's amazing, because not only have they got the Bored Ape Yacht Club funds, the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, which is obviously making 9 figures quite comfortably every year, do you know what I mean? They're making a lot of money, so they've got a lot of money to reinvest back into this space. Now, not only did he have that, they've also been securing investors. So if I type in Bored Ape Yacht Club investors, there's, I believe, yeah, so there's around 450 million from different investors, which include Thrive Capital, The Sandbox, FTX, MoonPay. There's a lot of people that have really invested highly into this project, and there's going to be a massive return on investment for a lot of people. So essentially, get into this while you can, and if you can, because all these projects are very limited, and they're going to be very hard to get into. So if you can get into them by winning a whitelist spot or grinding the Discord out to try and get some sort of whitelist spot, or for the other side, for example, owning a different sort of project, I believe. Tell you what, I'll leave the cheapest one. I believe the cheapest NFT project that's believed to be a part of the other side in the description below, or you might just see it at the bottom of this video right here. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this video gives you a guide of the best NFT projects to start focusing on and getting into, because there's a lot of NFT projects out there at the moment that are just not living up to the hype that they're trying to put out, and these NFT projects, they're really not paying for marketing. They're getting a lot of word of mouth marketing because everyone in the NFT space is coming to this, seeing that it's doing a brilliant job already and getting behind it. So again, thank you very much for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you later.